Look, imagine this. 5 years ago, you got a raise. Not huge, but enough to feel proud. You upgraded your apartment, started ordering food a little more often, bought a better phone, subscribed to a few apps, nothing crazy. Today, you earn almost double what you used to, but somehow your bank account feels exactly the same, maybe worse. You're not broke, you're not reckless, you don't have a gambling problem or a shopping addiction, and yet you're not getting ahead. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, yeah, you're not alone. Because there's a financial force quietly draining middle-class wealth that almost nobody talks about. It doesn't look like overspending. It doesn't feel irresponsible. And the scariest part? You don't even notice it happening. My name is Net, and I spend way too much time thinking about how small, everyday decisions quietly determine whether people become financially secure or permanently stuck. If you're someone who earns a decent income but still feels like you're not building real wealth, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about something that sounds boring, but is secretly one of the biggest wealth killers in modern life. Here's the thing. Most people think lifestyle inflation means buying a luxury car after a promotion. That's obvious. Invisible lifestyle inflation is different. It's the tiny upgrades, the subtle improvements, the "I deserve this" purchases that individually feel harmless, but collectively, they're devastating. Here's what most people don't realize. Lifestyle inflation doesn't happen in big jumps. It happens in small, socially accepted steps. $200 to $350 coffee habit. Free YouTube to 5 paid subscriptions. Budget phone to flagship phone every year. Public transport to EMI car. Home cooking to delivery apps just when busy. Each decision feels reasonable. Together, they quietly consume your entire raise. Let's run some real numbers. Suppose you get a raise of $20,000 per month. Sounds great, right? Now watch how it disappears. Better apartment, plus $8,000. Car EMI plus fuel, plus $7,000. Food delivery and dining out, plus $3,000. Subscriptions and services, plus $1,500. MISC upgrades, plus $1,500. Total, $21,000. Your entire raise is gone, plus a little extra. You're working harder for the same financial position. And here's the brutal part. If that $20,000 had been invested instead, at a modest 10% annual return for 20 years, you'd have over $1.5 crore from just that one raise. This is where it gets really interesting. You didn't lose money because of bad investments. You lost it because you upgraded your lifestyle. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I'm just improving my quality of life. And look, that's fair, but human psychology is sneaky. We don't evaluate spending based on absolute cost. We evaluate it relative to our income and social circle. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. You quickly get used to new comforts and they stop feeling special. Your new apartment becomes normal. Your car becomes basic. Your upgraded lifestyle becomes the minimum, so you chase the next upgrade, not for happiness, for normalcy. Here's what most people don't realize. Lifestyle inflation isn't driven by greed, it's driven by comparison. If everyone around you upgrades, staying the same feels like falling behind. Your colleague buys a car, suddenly public transport feels uncomfortable. Friends dine at nicer places, home cooking feels cheap. Social media shows luxury travel, your vacation feels inadequate. Look, humans evolved to care deeply about status within a tribe. Your brain still thinks survival depends on fitting in, except now fitting in costs money, a lot of it. Let's talk about the most invisible form of lifestyle inflation, monthly subscriptions, because they don't feel like spending. $1.99 here, $2.99 there, $4.99 for something useful. Add them up. Many middle-class households unknowingly spend $2,000 to $5,000 per month on subscriptions. That's $60,000 per year. Invested at 10% for 25 years, over $6.5 million.
for service they rarely use. This is where it gets really dangerous. Lifestyle inflation compounds. A better apartment often leads to higher utility bills, costlier neighborhood spending, pressure to maintain appearances, more transportation costs, furniture upgrades, maintenance costs. One upgrade triggers 10 more. It's not one expense, it's a cascade. Look, the middle class isn't poor because they don't earn enough. They're poor because their expenses rise at the same speed as their income, or faster. High earners don't become wealthy automatically. Wealth comes from the gap between income and spending. If that gap stays small, wealth stays small, even at high salaries. Let me tell you about two hypothetical people. Both start earning $40,000 per month at 25. By age 35, both earn $120,000 per month. Person A increases spending with every raise. Person B keeps spending modestly and invests raises. By 45, Person A has nice lifestyle, minimal savings, high expenses, financial stress. Person B has similar lifestyle satisfaction, large investment portfolio, options, security. Same income trajectory, completely different outcomes. Here's the scary part. Lifestyle inflation feels like progress in real time. You're living better, more comfortable, more modern, but wealth builds slowly and invisibly, so the trade-off isn't obvious until years later. Then, suddenly, retirement feels impossible, job loss becomes terrifying, opportunities are limited, freedom feels out of reach, and you wonder, where did all my money go? It went into maintaining a lifestyle instead of building assets. Your brain is incredibly good at rationalizing upgrades. I work hard, I deserve this. It's only a small amount. Everyone else has one. I'll save more later. It improves my productivity. Some of these are true, but collectively they form a narrative that keeps you spending. Here's what most people don't realize. Raises don't make people wealthier. Behavior does. If spending rises with income, your financial stress level stays constant. You just operate at a higher cost version of the same life. Research shows that once fixed expenses exceed about 60 to 70% of income, financial flexibility collapses. You can't save meaningfully, you can't take risks, you can't weather shocks, and lifestyle inflation pushes you right into that zone. Okay, enough doom. Let's talk solutions. 1. The raise rule. Automatically save or invest at least 50% of every raise before you get used to the extra money. If your income goes up $20,000, at least $10,000 should never reach your spending account. 2. The delay upgrade strategy. When you want to upgrade something, wait 30 days. If you still want it and it truly improves your life, then consider it. Impulse fades, real value remains. 3. Define your enough. This is huge. Decide what level of lifestyle is genuinely sufficient, because without a defined enough, upgrades never stop. 4. Track lifestyle creep annually. Once a year, review housing costs, transportation, subscriptions, dining expenses, recurring charges. Compare to last year. If everything went up, that's inflation you created. 5. Buy freedom, not just comfort. Whenever you spend, ask, does this purchase increase my freedom or just my expenses? Assets increase freedom. Obligations reduce it. Some of the happiest wealthy people don't live extravagantly, not because they can't afford more, because they understand the trade-off. Every permanent expense is a claim on your future time. Your car payment equals hours of work every month. Your rent equals years of career pressure. Your lifestyle is your financial cage or your freedom. Look, this isn't about deprivation. It's about intentional spending. Spend aggressively on what truly matters to you. Cut mercilessly on what doesn't, because unconscious spending is the real enemy. Imagine two futures. In one, your income grows, and so does your lifestyle. In the other, your income grows, but your lifestyle stabilizes while your assets explode. Same earnings, radically different freedom. Here's the truth. Most people don't fail financially because of one catastrophic decision. They fail because of thousands of tiny upgrades that quietly consume their future. Invisible lifestyle inflation doesn't feel dangerous. That's why it's so effective. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that awareness alone can completely change your financial trajectory. So if this video made you rethink even one expense or one upgrade you were about to make, then you're already ahead of most people. If you want more brutally honest breakdowns of how money really works, not the watered-down advice you hear everywhere else, hit subscribe. And remember, wealth isn't built by how much you earn. It's built by how much of your life you don't